What's up, non-perishable fans out there? So I stumbled onto this story. I
Okay.
told Stacy about it, and it's about this TikTok daddy cult chick named Angela. You know what I'm saying? I think she's like in her late 20s or something.
Right.
And I just
He put
found
this
it.
on my radar, you guys. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
heck is
Well,
this?
because I'm on YouTube all the time, and I stumbled upon it, and I went down the rabbit hole because I was just so curious about this, this cult BDSM thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going
Mhm.
on? And
Okay, so what did she do? Tell them like what, like the gist of this person.
yeah, I'll tell the gist. If you want to go further, you can go ahead. But I'm not trying to like condone the behavior or give her any more clout that she deserves. But like basically, um, she is a TikTok person, you know,
Hmm.
and she developed a roster of women who happen to be, BBWs, big black women, big boned women.
Or big beautiful women as
It's
well.
not. It's not. Oh, well, I say big black because they're all black.
Right. Yeah, these are black folks.
That BBW you're talking about is for every big woman, which is
Right.
fine too.
Yeah.
But and her, she herself lost weight, and she looks fantastic, and she used that to, in my eyes, manipulate her position to get this roster of women. Because at first she wanted to form like a group just to, of big black women to be supportive of each other, to, either get fitter, just have more, self-esteem, better self-esteem, and all
Mhm.
that. And it just turned into something else. Now the daddy part came accidental because she was in a lesbian relationship, and I guess her girlfriend said that, or some women said that to her because she was like, in control of all these women, so it kind of made her the daddy, and then YouTube and all the people personalities, they take that and run with it and calling her a pimp and a cult leader and all that stuff. So she never
Mhm.
really said that, um, but just the manipulation factor of it, and the way she carried herself on TikTok, and you know take actually like liking her position, her role, and using her beauty and everything to manipulate these women who probably never thought they would get somebody or be around somebody like this. If they're getting tattoos, they're doing whatever she says, they're waking up at certain times, but every time she says,
Yeah.
if they
Giving her
don't
money.
giving her, well, that, but she said that's on them. But yeah, they were giving her money, and she would have like rules and stuff, and if they didn't follow it, she'd tell them to cut their inner thighs or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
5,
it's just
10,
crazy.
50 slashes on the inner thigh. It's just
See, that's
it's
the part that
bananas.
gets, I feel like that part right there is going too far. But everything else, I mean, it sounds like she's pimping.
It sounds like
Pimping,
she's pimping, and like
you know?
I wrote in a comment, like on one of the channels, I was like, I'm not. It's besides the allegations of getting kids involved, and just slashing part of it, and she's just saying certain things, and these dummies want to follow her. That's on them. That's not on her. You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
I say, if I have 5 women on me, and I told them to give me money, and they give me money, and I'm just asking, I didn't tell them, but I'm asking for money, and they give it to me, that's on them. They can say no. These
Wait,
women,
so
all
one
these
thing
women can say no.
right. One thing I wonder, do all these women know that there's other women?
Yeah, because it started as a group, and it's not even like
Oh, it's a group?
yeah, it wasn't even like a
Crazy.
pimp thing, because all the other women live in other states. I think she's in New York or whatever, like not or Miami. Like they're not all there. Just
Okay.
her, I guess her and her girlfriend, and I guess some other chick came, and it became like a whole debacle or whatever, some another issue with a threesome going on or something.
So it's like a forum. It's like online.
Yeah, it was like
It was an online group
mhm.
where she somehow was the leader, or did they like
Yeah,
kind of make her the leader, you think? I wonder. Like, did she
No,
get?
she created this group with her girlfriend.
Oh, so she targeted these
I don't know. I
BBWs.
don't know if she targeted them, but she
You know what I mean? Like, how do you
created.
advertise that on social media? Are you like,
Well, you know, when you're
hey,
if you're a popular TikToker, like anybody with a YouTube channel or a TikTok or whatever, and you have followers,
but
you know,
how does
you
she get followers? I wonder. Was she
she's
popular
just on
before?
TikTok. She just on TikTok. Just like if you got on TikTok and you were doing, stupid, lip syncing
Right.
and all that stuff, and people just start following you, like your IG page, like your YouTube channel.
Well, so her looks, I'm feeling like probably her looks got her the attention.
Oh, 100%. But that's what everybody else who
You know
looks
what I
good.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. Anybody
And
who
I,
looks good is going to get attention.
right. And I think with social media, if you look good on social media, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can get away with stuff. You can sell stuff. You
Right.
can manipulate people. You know what I mean? You can get
Yeah.
people to give you money.
Right.
Through Cash App. Pay or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff.
So you get away.
Which
Yeah. Well, they used to always say you can get away with murder. Like looks could kill, or like, I don't know. I feel like people really kind of go dumb when they see something they're attracted to. Like, there's actually like a physical like hormone that's released when you see
like
something you like.
endorphins or something, like endorphins or
Yeah, endorphins, or maybe like dopamine. I can't remember which one. It's not endorphins and it's not dopamine, but it is a hormone that when you actually like someone, or you have a crush or you see something you're attracted to, it's released and it makes you not
I
think
think that's
properly.
dopamine. I think
And
that's
it
what
doesn't make you think properly.
right. Well, I don't. I think that's dopamine in the midst of uh mental illness.
Yeah, well, the dopamine part, I can see how she's been getting has been releasing dopamine because of all this attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like she's addicted to the attention.
Yes.
But back to before we even go there, like, these people, like the whole thing of beauty, like I mean, just think about history. Throughout history, like, beautiful women have been able to manipulate men, and I guess in this case women. you know so that's probably how she, I mean, got to do a lot of this.
And think of the dopamine. I mean, this is what happens on Twitch and OnlyFans, right? Like that's why a lot of men are on the Twitch game listening to ASMR, and the girls in the in-house like inner pool tubs, because the dopamine they get is when the Twitcher or whatever acknowledges them, and then they get excited and they're like, oh my gosh, she said my name, here's some money. You know what I mean? Like the dopamine hits them and they get dumb in the head, and then they just give them coin.
Yeah, it's that attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people in this world, when they get a little bit of attention from someone, they don't even have to be cute, but if they look good and you get a little bit of attention from that person,
Well, they gotta be cute. They do have to be
yeah.
cute.
No, okay. Just we'll stick with that. That's fine. Like, if they look good and they give someone else a little bit of attention,
Yep.
that's very powerful,
Oh
because
yeah.
people are looking for that.
Oh yeah. They look for that validation
You know what I
because
mean?
they feel like they're a regular person. They're ordinary. It's like, it's like when even with me, like when I did something on Twitter, and some celebrity was asking for what hard drive or external hard drive should I use for my Mac, and I said, oh, use this one, and they were like, oh, thanks, and they hit me right back, and I was, whoa, I can't believe they replied to me. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right, right,
I
right.
got dumb. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole like fame.
so imagine
Um,
a TikToker who looks good, who's attractive. She's for your cause or for your, she's all about body change or whatever, and you are too, and she's giving you attention. That's probably should turn that down.
but it sounds like, I mean, it sounded like it started off with the right intention, but then maybe it went a little bit too far because, you know, of with all this other attention, all these women like doing all these crazy things towards
Well,
her.
imagine being different than before, like being a nobody looks at you, you're an ugly duckling, yada yada yada, whether it's your face or you're just a big girl
Yeah.
or guy, and then
Well,
you
she
lose,
got the fame.
and then you
Mhm.
right, and then you lose all this weight, and you're getting, and then you're on IG, you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook, you're on, maybe you have a YouTube channel, and you're getting all this attention because of how you look, and you've never had this attention before. Then you create a group that maybe you can change other people's lives, or maybe you just have a big following because of who you are and what you're doing on TikTok or Facebook or IG or YouTube, and then you get all these views. Your head might get a little bit big, and
Yeah.
then you don't know how to handle it because nobody gives us any training in this. It's not in high school, it's not in college, there's no social media 101 class, you know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
get kind of vaporized in the head, and you
You
kind of
see how far you can go. You see how far
you
you can go.
you kind of edge out. You see how far you can go. Well, let me see, because in her defense, she said she's never asked for any money. Like, these
Mm.
women are giving her the money,
But
and it wasn't even like a
that to
cold.
me could be.
It was
Go
something
ahead.
she
Sorry.
just created, for to have a kind of like a woman group. You know what I mean? Like feminists have their group. You know what I'm saying? Red Pill, MGTOW have their group. She was just trying to make a group for big black women, and it spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
But
But
she abused it.
some people, their love language is giving gifts. So I mean, she's young or whatever, but she's old enough to know that if people are giving you stuff, like, I mean, clearly they like you. Yes, you didn't ask for it, but you know that you have some kind of like control or some kind of power or some kind of door open to manipulate them.
Sure.
So I
And
think people who say that, it's still manipulation in a sense.
so what do? You don't take the money, you don't take the gifts.
I mean, I think if you say, um, that's nice, but I don't, it's not like that. I don't like you. It's not, if you
But
want
what
to
if
give
she
me,
did say that and then they still did it?
they still, no, that's on them.
Right.
That's totally
Right.
on them.
Sure. Yeah. And I don't, and like I said, I don't think she did it in the beginning either. It's just, she's an attractive girl. She's fit. She's young. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just like dudes. Like, it's like guys, they'll give women flowers and gifts. And, some of these women have like an Amazon gift list, you know what I'm saying? And people will just buy them stuff because they're on OnlyFans and on
She
Twitch.
had an Amazon gift list, or you just saying in general?
I'm just saying in general.
Oh, I
Like,
was
it's like what
like,
guys do with women, like with pretty women. You know what I'm
dang.
saying? Because women, and even like porn stars, they'll have like Amazon gift lists, and then they'll say, go into my gift list and
Well,
just give me a gift or whatever.
yeah, that shows adoration. I mean, just throughout history, there's so many examples
Sure,
of,
that's what these girls were doing.
yeah, it's like
Same thing.
it's like a sign of adoration and
Yeah,
worship, and not really, well, in a sense, worship, but it's just, I want to give you this. People
because
want to give to people they like.
yeah, because it makes them feel good as well. And then, some
Mhm.
people just have money to waste. Some people. I just heard this story about this guy gave this Twitch chick $5,000 just to call him a loser over a Twitch live.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's some fetish stuff. There's guys who, like, I know people who have asked for that. Like, there's a lot of men out here who are just wasting money for
Mhm.
fetishes. Like, that's a
Well,
fetish.
his
Or tell
excuse was he wanted to, so he wanted to get some motivation to lose weight. So every time he would hear it, because he would record it obviously, and
you fat so.
yeah, you loser. But we're all like, $5,000, bro. Like, you can't find a local girl at the
Or like
gym
200.
for 50.
Right, right,
For
right, right.
50 and some gas money to call you a loser. Even at your gym, just hire all the pretty girls, give them money every month just to call you a fat, stinky slob.
Right.
But
Well,
he has $5,000 to waste.
yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
guys, a lot of people do. Like a lot of people, they get
Yeah.
these good jobs and they're cool and they don't have nothing else to do. They're at home, getting lazy, gaining weight because they have all this money and then nothing to spend it on. They'll go on Twitch, they'll go on OnlyFans, or they'll be on Sugar Daddy or whatever, and because they have money to waste.
Yeah. People want to have that like master slave power control, I think, dynamic, especially with money. Money is something that everybody wants, and those who have it want like to flaunt it. You know what I mean? Like people like to floss. People like to spend money. Like it makes them feel superior to others or like have status or something. I don't know. It's definitely a whole different world of stuff out here. It's a
I think it
lot of
depends. Yeah, I think it depends. Like I think there's people who floss and people who just don't want to be broke. Because I could take like a Bill Gates who just does philanthropy, what do you call it?
philanthropy.
Philanthropy,
I know, right?
and but he doesn't dress spectacular. He doesn't, what I mean? He doesn't wear, Brooks Brothers suits or whatever. I get one maybe, but he doesn't floss his money like that. He
Right.
uses money, to he donates and all this, you know what I mean? So there's that side.
It's different kind of people.
And
It's
then
just
there's a Jay-Z side. There's most people who don't have money and they're like, okay, I have money now. Now I'm gonna spend it on,
or they look like they don't have money by wearing like basic stuff, but it's like $3,000 jeans or t-shirts.
right. Yeah.
So there's that too, you know what I mean? I don't know. Money definitely creates a different relationship between people. It's just
Well, yes, it's the
it's
haves and
dominance.
have-nots.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. What did they say? Money is the root of all evil.
It
And
can be.
there's a lot of evil things behind it, but I like money. Money's good. As long as money doesn't make you, then I think that's fine.
Yeah, but how
Like, I
hard
don't
is
think
that
it's,
though?
yeah.
Because we're all
Yeah,
out
but
here to make money, so money is making us, and then when we don't have enough money, yeah, we get depressed, we get disenfranchised, we get upset. We turn to substance abuse because money made us. You know what I mean? We can't. But that's because we don't have money. I really hate when I hear rich people say, it's not all about the money, and and I'm like, no, it is all about the money. It's all about the money because you're able to say that because you have money. Tell that to somebody who's homeless or on the street or living check to
yeah,
check. It's not the same thing.
yeah, because at that point you're just trying to survive, but if you
Yeah.
have all your basics met, and you're comfortable and like money, and you have money and you have abundance or whatever, you do see that money isn't everything because you still have the same problems with your family, with your own mental health, with your physical health, with, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, there's still problems, but having money does make it a lot easier to like not worry about your basics, I guess.
100%. I mean, the thing you just told me about the student loan thing that might possibly, hopefully happen in July. I'm
Woo!
like, that's going to give a bunch of us like, I guess
A leg
a
up.
leg up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah. A
now we're
fresh
either it gets reduced or they're only going to take not the public. What's the
private loan.
the private ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So either way, anything will help. The 10,000 would have helped, but Biden lied.
But he still has 2 years. A lot of people say that, but he still has 2 years. You never know.
Okay, you're right.
He might do that on the way out the door,
You're right. Better late than never. It doesn't matter, but
he has to do, like
whatever it takes, whatever you can do for us, especially for the people who went to my school, this would be great. It'll be great. But yeah, for me, it'll be extra money for me to pay other bills, not go out and buy some Yeezys or Jordans. You know what I mean? Like,
just to survive and be comfortable.
Yeah, enough for me to maybe relocate and get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, put more savings in my IRA or my Roth or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That'd be good for me.
Yeah,
all of us who went to my school, and are able to get that off. So we'll
Yeah,
see. We'll
like
see in hopefully in July.
yeah, like when anybody gets a lump sum or gets your debts paid off, it is like a fresh new start, you know?
I mean, look at what happened with the Trump thing when Trump was in office, giving us money. Was it 600 to 2 to 3? They gave. I mean, I'll give him Trump that he gave us 3 sets of different checks, and that was cool. Like I was able to pay some bills off. Um, pay. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Put some in the bank. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, no,
I
it
was in
definitely,
line getting Jordans.
yeah, it definitely helped to keep the economy going, but we're now paying for that with the inflation and the federal rates being increased. Like, like everything, like it was necessary. I think
It
it was very
was
necessary. It was
absolutely. It was
necessary
very helpful.
to keep the economy going and
Right.
keeping people kind of afloat. But a lot of people aren't doing so well though, currently.
I mean,
So
yeah, and then some people, well, yeah, I guess
because it's only
it's
like
ongoing.
it's like a couple, dollars. Like I don't know. I really
Whatever it was, it helped. Even if it was 20, $50, put a gas in my car. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's extra 20
But
to
then
me.
now gas is like $5 a gallon everywhere, and it's just I don't know. It was necessary, but we are paying for that. And that's just kind of like life. Like our next show is going to be on adulting. And that's, we got to think about the future, and you got to think about budgeting, and you have to think about, taking money now, like credit, and how that's going to affect you in the future. And we didn't have any idea that all these stimmies were going to have everything out of whack, but we'll get to that too. But yeah, so we're kind of we went off topic as usual, which is good. We need money. Everyone needs money, and people will do something strange for a piece of change. And that's what's going on with these people. Basically, like that girl, whatever her name is, Daddy, went
Oh,
crazy.
Angela, yeah. And the reason why I wanted to talk about her is because
What
what she did kind of reminded me of what I did.
you do?
Aside from the slashing, I never told or suggested women to do anything to harm themselves. But you know what? There was a time when I was an ugly duckling, and then the article glasses came off, and I got enthralled with more attention than I thought I would ever have. So I, at a young age, embraced it, took, was able to take advantage of my position, and then went too far and did the pimp player thing myself. But
Okay.
during my time, that's my old man face. We didn't have social media, so I wasn't able to get online and do all that and talk to people, from state to state and stuff like that. But I was able to accumulate a nice amount of
You had a
money.
stable? You had a little stable?
Yes, for myself.
Really?
And I took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
I learned something new about him every day, you guys. Every
I've
time.
said this before, though. I've said this before on the channel. But yeah, and I'm not proud of it, but I also don't regret it. Because
Right.
I know during that time, that's just me being young and stupid.
Exactly.
Young,
I was gonna
dumb,
say
and
you were
full of color.
young. Yeah, you were young.
So same thing with her. She's in her late 20s. She's probably never been this size before. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know her history, but I can see how she can take it and manipulate it, and do some sociopathic stuff. You know what I mean? Because she's never been in that position before. She's basically a celebrity online for 5 minutes.
Right.
You know
So,
what I mean?
but how did you feel when you had these women like doing things for you, or you playing these
Oh, it felt
women?
amazing. It felt amazing because it's like sometimes I didn't ask for it. They would come over and cook. They would buy me stuff. We would go out, pay for dinner. You know what I mean? You do all kinds of stuff. It's just, and all you had to do was lay pipe. And then I tell them to go here, go there, drive me here, drive me there. It's kind of, it's like some king shit. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine being like a nerd to this. Like overnight almost. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to, yeah, it's probably hard to handle.
It wasn't hard to handle.
Well, I mean,
it was great.
I mean, the way that you, it wasn't the mature thing to do. Like hindsight, like looking back on it. It was just you being young and you taking
being young too.
But see, women, like that's us. Like we want to like take care of a man and nurture him and show him that I'm the one. I'm a good woman. I could do this for him. And
that's what it was.
You know, and I remember like when I was younger, a lot of men took advantage of women and
our
like
crew.
I remember my friends. Yeah, like I remember my friends, we were like, Sacramento dudes, like they always want to, like, it seems like roles were reversed. Like we were, you know, we grew up knowing or being taught that a man is supposed to take care of you, a man is supposed to pay for this, a man is supposed to do this, da, 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 da. But a lot of these men weren't doing that. Like it was like the women, we had the jobs, we were going to school, we had like means to like buy stuff, and so we would pay for, like, it was like, I remember this, I totally remember this, it was like role reversals, and it was really weird for us.
And it's cool, and it's not cool, but yeah, and I saw this firsthand because I'm doing it.
You were the guy,
my friends are doing it. Not only are they doing it, they're living, you know,
good
with them. No, with them, rent free.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the rent was pipe. You know, here's my rent for them.
Right. And when you're young and you're a woman, you're receiving that love or that dick, and you feel like that's love, or you feel like he loves you or he likes you. Like you don't have the understanding as you do like now as a grown woman, and you know what these people are doing. And you know, and I don't know.
The best story I heard back then was this chick was a nurse, had her own apartment, big apartment, still lived in the hood, but these apartments were, you know, they're just more Black people there. So, and she worked all day, made good money, had a boyfriend, didn't do shit but sell weed. And she would come home and there'll be like hella dudes at the house playing Xbox, whatever.
Okay. And then hella blunts everywhere.
Noisy, drinking, you know what I'm saying? It became the base. And she got tired of it, but she didn't want to leave him either because he's fine and got a big sausage. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you gotta, how long is will it take for her to get the epiphany to,
well, you don't know better,
physicality stuff out the way, and
you don't know better,
actually respects you, you know?
Yeah, you don't know better unless you have an aunt or if you have your mom telling you the truth about what's happening.
But even if you have that, the guy would be like talking in her ear, pillow talking, laying the dick down. Like,
right. Yeah, exactly.
You know, your mom, and then your mom help you with that.
Yeah. And then your mom, they kind of just be like, oh, well, she'll learn, that she'll understand, like that she'll get it like later. But they know that like our parents have gone through everything that, well, not everything, but pretty much everything that we go through, but we don't listen. You got to go through it and you have to learn.
And the women know too. Here's what it is. The women, the young women know too. They just hold out for hope. They hope that the guy
that potential
will change.
No, that potential.
That whatever, they'll maybe like give them a book or give them some incentive to change, and they'll think that every little day will, you know, maybe a little change will happen, until it don't happen for like 3 years, and hopefully you don't got kids, and then you finally realize that this dude ain't shit, and then you kick him out. But by then it's like you got a kid, or you got your rents or your credits messed up, you know, because you guys went in on a car or something, or a house.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it almost becomes too late.
Yeah, and you're completely drained.
and you're already like, bound by him through the kid or financial stakes or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as a young person, we make a lot of poor choices.
Yeah, and trust me, we know what we're doing. Like we know, like if you kick us out the house, we're gonna go somewhere else, and it's not gonna be our parents.
Right. Yeah.
It's
You
either
guys
gonna
have
be our homeboys
options.
or it's gonna be some other chick.
Right.
So
It's usually another chick for
yeah,
sure.
because when you're young and we got abs, we all look like Bruce Lee. We got Bruce Lee bodies, you know what I'm saying? Like we out there spreading seed, you know what I'm saying? Like it's easy. It's real easy, especially when you're in your early 20s from high school to college. Like all we do is party. All we do is going out. But now it's TikTok and IG and Twitch and stuff, and we're getting clout off of that. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes even more easier and more. You get expanded like it's like a business. You start expanding your face. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's like you get a little bit and you keep going and see how far you can get, and then
you get addicted to that attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't wait to get somebody else on your roster or your stable or in your views or what I'm saying, your Cash App, whatever. You can't. I mean, it's that adrenaline rush, that dopamine hits you like like a Mike Tyson punch, and you just like, I need more, I need more, I need more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what you guys are actually doing is hurting good women. Like that's
a good
literally
woman.
like, I mean, a good woman who really didn't want nothing from you but your love. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of women, I mean, now I think a lot of things, like I said, roles are reversed. Women are out here doing the same stuff guys do or did do or whatever. But
Sometimes check this out though. Sometimes there's good women who just might fixate on a certain person or guy or girl and feel like this person is the one, but he doesn't like me, but he checks off all my boxes, but she just doesn't like me. I don't know what to do. And then they get all clingy and weird and start doing stuff, coming over unannounced or giving you like 20
start
DMs
nagging.
in an hour. Start
Yeah.
nagging, you know what I'm saying? Like I met somebody who said they never wanted kids and we started dating and now she wants kids. Like because she saw something in me that she really, really liked. Because before she never found that. You know what I mean? Like once you start meeting somebody or dealing with somebody, it could change your whole demeanor, your whole outlook on what you want in a person. And then if that person doesn't like you back, then that good woman turns into a creeper.
You had stalkers?
I've had stalkers, yeah.
Oh
leaving
my
notes in my
gosh.
car and
Oh
calling me
wow.
and asking me where you been, and we're driving,
see,
doing drive-bys. Who was in there in your
Yeah.
house?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you just made me think of something. I have picked, yeah, that's hecka funny. But it's like, it's not that we're crazy. It's like we know that you're lying to us and we want to get you caught up. And we want to just know that we're not crazy. So you do what you gotta do to find out.
And that's crazy. And that's crazy. That makes you crazy.
But we're young. You're young.
But you're young. Yes, we all were young.
You're young and stupid, and you're just like a writer. You're just like, whatever, I'm about to pull up, and you pull up.
Yeah, because you think like you fall in that Disney trap, and you're like, no, this guy checks all my boxes. He's Prince Charming. He's this.
But you'll even do that. You'll even do that for a guy who doesn't check all your boxes. It's just somebody you're messing with, and you know that they're lying to you, and you know for a fact that they're lying to you. So you
that's
pull
different. I'm talking about admiration. I'm talking about infatuation. You're talking about catching somebody in a lie. You're talking, you know what I mean? You're talking about scandalous stuff. I'm talking about genuine crazy bitches be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because they
right. But that's the thing. I don't think some are crazy, batshit crazy, but I think some really just like the man makes them crazy.
That's not the man. That's you. That's them.
No.
Why are you blaming the guy? See, that's what I hate.
Because okay, if you were acting right, no, but look,
actions.
No, but if you guys were acting right, if you were doing whatever you needed to do, why would she, she wouldn't be crazy. But are you saying you cut her off and you were like, this relationship is over, this relationship is dead, and then she continued to be obsessed with you and stalked you?
I'll give
Is
you
that what
this
you're
one. I'll
saying?
give you this. I'll give you this, son. I'll give you
Okay.
this, son. I'll
Okay.
give you
I
this,
was
son.
like, I need more
Check this out,
background.
son. Check this out, son.
But most of the time, y'all
That's-
make us crazy by cheating and lying and manipulating.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. I'll even say this though. You'll be with a chick, you guys hang out, you guys have, you guys do the boom boom, Netflix and then chill situation, the boom boom, the pow pow. And then but you never said that you were together. You never said you guys were mutually exclusive, right?
The situation.
Then she there you go. And then she asks you, so where are we? Where do we stand?
Mm-hmm.
Then and that's
you're like, you stand outside. Can you get out?
I say either you can stand in here or stand outside. Where and she has to either go with the program or not. Because the guy, see, this is what I said. The player will lie. The player will be like, yo, it's all about you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just seeing you, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. But it's just you and me. The pimp will be like, I'm seeing other girls, but I do like you a lot and I want to be around you. I like the boom boom we have. I like the chill times we have. If you're down with that, we can keep going. If not, you can leave.
Yeah, I think most guys are players.
But I'll tell you, this guy would say it, and I would say 9 out of 10 women stay.
Yeah, because that could be a lot of emotions. That's a lot it just depends on the woman. But they either really liked you. Some people can't take rejection well. Like it's ego situation.
It's ego. Yeah.
It's like, what? You don't want me after everything I did for you and how you know what I mean?
And then I can say the same. Well, I did this for you and I picked you up when your car was.
But did you?
Know what I mean?
But did you?
100%. Well, me personally, yes.
But then that's kind of reciprocation. Yeah. That's kind of like, that's a relationship though.
No, I wouldn't do that for everybody. When my friend got trapped on the freeway, not trapped, but he had to change his tire, I went down and changed his tire. If you did that, if you call me from anywhere and
so you were a nice
you were a nice guy.
Pimp. You were a nice pimp player. He was nice. He was a nice guy. Because I know some pimps and players, they don't do shit for you. It's all about you doing for them, period.
Okay, and when I say that, I just mean the definite, like the traits of a pimp, not
pimp or player.
I didn't, I mean, I did get money. I gave them money too, so it wasn't like that. But saying that though, I can also see how women can be crazy because we are treating it like what we would do in a relationship, so it can be confusing. But when words are spoken and the contract is there and everything's out and on the dotted line or whatever, and you say okay, that's on you.
Well, they think you're gonna change. They think it's like a challenge. Right. It's like, oh, I'll just do this and look good, and give them this, throw this back on them, and I'll change them.
Yeah.
And you can't change anybody, ladies. I'll tell you that right now. You can't change nobody.
I'll say this. Okay, I'll say this though, ladies and gentlemen. Women. This is personal too. Women can plant the seed. You might not be there to see it grow and take it and for the guy to take advantage of it, but everything you say to us, we are listening. We at the time we might not be able to process it or execute what you're saying, but in the long run, it will be received and absorbed, and then it might even be utilized. It's just you won't be there to see it. I would say every woman I've dealt with,
Lord,
everything they've said to me resonated with me, but it got to me later. And this happened a lot, and I saw it with me and my friends.
A lot of people, yes. Yeah, this happens.
Yeah. So I'm like, women, continue to be yourselves and drop knowledge and drop whatever, and be emotional, maybe chill on the crazy, but you know what I'm saying? And just know that it is hitting us sometimes, and sometimes it'll hit us in a month, sometimes it'll hit us in 10 years.
Right. More
And
like
it's
10
gonna hit
years.
us.
Or the next relationship they're in.
Right. And I've done that too. I've done that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It sucks that you guys won't.
Well, at least you learned. At least you learned. Because I think a lot of guys don't.
Yeah, a lot of guys don't learn. But it sucks that you won't be able to get that from that man, from what you said and what you put on him. But at least he'll be able to take that to a better person, and hopefully you will find a better person for you too. Because I say, things happen for a reason. That person just wasn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You found your person at the end, with the ones you have kids with and have house and home and all that stuff. Just imagine how many people who dated, in their 20s and 20s, and turned out they were boo-boo, and then the person they're with now is their everything. Imagine if they stayed with the guy who was boo-boo.
Right. Yeah.
They would have to put up with all that 10 years, kids, house, everything, lost job, not motivated, getting fat on you, all this stuff. And you're over here now, you work over here. Now you're with somebody who's better, treats you better, inspires you. You guys have kids, everybody's healthy, got a family, you know what I'm saying?
We call that counting your blessings. Count your blessings. That shit did not work.
100%.
Yeah.
I would say women, just be yourself, but chill on the crazy. I mean, the crazy is just.
You see, you can't keep saying that, because
calling all the time, leaving DMs.
Well, that's emotional.
Where I am.
That's emotional. It's not crazy. That's emotional. Yes.
Crazy is an emotion.
But that's I feel like there's bad connotation with crazy.
See, that's like saying
define crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy is such a blanket.
That's like saying I slapped this woman because the woman slapped me. I'm not taking accountability for me slapping this woman. If a woman slapped me, sure, everybody can, people are mixed, right? Oh, it's just self-defense. Some other guys will be like, man, that's a woman. You don't hit women, blah, blah, blah. But somewhere inside of me, she provoked me, keep your hands off me. And I, because she hit me, I hit her back. I was defending myself. But I'm the bigger man, right? I am a man, right? I'm not supposed to do that. So I take accountability. I go to jail. I pay the fine. I get the court order, on me. You know what I mean? I have to take accountability for what I did. Women going crazy, leaving notes on the car, scratching up the window, breaking windows, tearing up the tires, following me, you know what I'm saying, tracking me, wondering who's in my house. That's on you. That's your crazy. You should be at home, chilling, working on yourself. Okay, fine. Bishop is this, blah, blah, blah. Let me work on myself. Not wondering where I am after I told you it's not going to work.
Right. But that's immaturity. That's not crazy. I mean, it's crazy, but it's immaturity.
It's a crazy act, but it's immaturity. Yes.
It's because of immaturity that they're acting crazy.
Thank you. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hate when people be like, "Oh, you're crazy." Well,
because it's a crazy act. And see, you had to stop doing that. It's not the other person.
Right. But see, a lot of this though, what we're talking about is when you're younger, like nowadays, that type of behavior is not acceptable. You know what I mean? If you're over 30 and you're doing that stuff, you're immature, you're a goofy. You need to seek help. You need to read books on emotional intelligence,
in emotion and mental stability.
Yeah, seek therapy, all that.
We all need therapy. Everybody needs therapy.
Nobody's waiting on stalkers and liars and manipulate, all that stuff, man.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Stalkers. I hate stalkers, but stalkers are mainly men, right? Look what all the people who
I know some women stalkers.
John Lennon, Sharon Tate, people, all these people who killed the dude who killed that IG woman, it's crazy. It's a sickness. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like, oh, we had a bond through my phone.
Right.
I was
She
giving
said
you
hi
money.
to me.
I
Yeah.
gave you money, and she said hi to me and
Yeah.
thanked
No,
me for the money. Like,
exactly. That's why I
that's
don't,
insane.
yeah, I
We
don't
can't.
talk to
But do we?
nobody.
But do we say, oh, blame it on the chick for having the big ass? Do we? You know what I mean? No, we blame it on the guy for being a
Yes.
weirdo.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's kind
same
of
thing
like the
with the
whole rape
women.
topic. Yeah. That's
Yes,
like,
exactly. Do we blame
just
women?
because what I have on doesn't
Exactly,
mean that I want to be
exactly.
raped.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It might taunt you,
That's
but
all I'm saying. Same thing
don't.
with same thing when I say these bitches is crazy for following people, guys, and wondering where they are, yada yada. It's not on the guy. It's on you. Take responsibility. Take accountability. You're the rapist. You're the stalker. You're the creeper. It's not the person. The person is just being them. That's on
Right.
you. You're crazy. You need help.
Wait, are people doing that in their old, like elder, like our age? Or is these like,
I
this was
think
this,
you know what? I probably
like
Some
from
people,
your friends? Like, do
not my
they,
friend. I don't
or have you heard stories where people are still doing that at this age?
personally like my friends
Yeah,
or
or
just
yeah.
no, not around my circle though.
I have, okay.
I've heard some maybe in the 30s or late 30s that they did some really weird shit and I was like, dude, that's crazy, you're a creeper. You know, I'll tell them about themselves. But
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah,
who knows? Like
it's definitely a mental illness of not being able to let go, to not accept rejection well.
not accepting
Um,
reality, living
yeah.
in a
Or
fantasy.
think it's something more than it isn't just because a woman is being nice to you or vice versa. You know what I mean? Because like right now, everything I don't think you could say, oh, be so role. Everything can't be just based on a man or a woman because there's so many different, things along the spectrum. You can't label certain actions to being a male or being a female. Anybody could be a stalker.
Right.
I guess that's what I
100%.
was trying to say.
A
I
hundred
guess.
percent, 100%.
You
Yeah,
know?
but my thing is like some people, which is so weird, I guess. Some people don't know until they have that epiphany, or until it's too late and they're in jail. You know that they did something stupid. Like I had a friend who told me that she wanted me to come over because there's a guy in her bushes right now, just stop, just waiting and wondering who's coming in. So I come over so she could feel safe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
that
right.
happens all the time
That's
though.
weird, man. First of all, I ain't got time to hide no bush.
Okay.
Second, bushes suck. They hurt. Third, I ain't got time to wait in the bush. Like,
Right.
what kind
That
of a
part.
person are you, dude? Like, that's
Yeah,
so weird to me, man. That is such a sickness. That
it
is such
is
a
a
sickness.
sickness. No,
And
I agree with you.
when the worst part about that is somebody told me somebody close to me did that to somebody I knew, and I was like, oh my
Like,
god.
what was their end goal? Like, what did
His
they
yeah. What is the yeah?
did they
What is
were
he
they
trying to
gonna
do?
jump out and attack the dude? Were they gonna jump out and attack her? Were they they just wanted to see for
Yeah,
themselves? Like,
I think it's that. I think it's the latter. I think because no, I mean he never came out when I came. You know what I mean? And I was ready
she
for
saw
I was
dude
ready
in the
for the
bushes.
smoke.
Did she see him in the bushes?
I think she did. And we don't know if he was there all the whole time because I did spend the night. But
Ooh,
it's like
he's so stupid.
nothing happened. And it's like he out of his own curiosity and wonder and question, like he wanted to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, see, that's weird. That's the end game. It's like, what is the end game? Like, I don't know. And those are the things you don't want to know what the end game is because it could be nutty.
And even
It
with
could
that,
be nutty.
exactly, they're so unpredictable. You don't know if he was there with a knife, gun. You don't know, she has kids. Like you don't know what he's gonna do with the kids. Like there's so or nothing, which thankfully that's what happened. But
Right. And
we just don't know.
yeah.
And
Get strapped,
that's the
ladies.
and that's get strapped, get the pepper,
For
You know,
real. Get a
learn some
taser.
martial arts.
Exactly. Get a knife. All that.
I will say this: tasers are cool, but it doesn't work all the time. Like you need to punch them when they're being shot, or kick
Yeah,
them in the nuts, because most of the time they won't
absolutely.
have a cup. I mean, who wears a cup? So kick them
Right.
in the balls, kick them in the shin, kick them in the chin, kick them in the throat while they're
Yeah.
being tased. Don't just
Yeah.
tase them, because they'll get over that real quick. I tased myself by accident one time. It was nothing.
Really.
I was kind of upset.
You're like, what? I wanted to get
Like, hold
electrocuted.
on. Yeah, I was like, I thought I was gonna fall out. That's
Oh,
it.
well, that's good to know. That is good to know.
Definitely you got to use weapons, but also, I mean, as far as like pepper spray or tase, but I also say martial arts or self-defense classes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
If you don't take that
crazy.
tase and it's nothing. Give me some more.
Give me some more of that taste.
Give you a spray in my face. That's
Oh my
nothing.
God. Right. You have people probably have like a bottle of pepper spray that they haven't used for years and it's all watered down and
And
not even
even now,
not
yeah,
even
and
potent.
even now, like we all wear masks, so that's not. I mean, I know it goes into
Mm,
the eyes and stuff, but if he's coming in with that intention, he's probably already masked up, buckled up. You know what I mean? All that
See,
shit.
like I think something like that you can do a blanket phrase and call it crazy. Like stalking is crazy.
Stalking is crazy. Yeah, but when you're
I
young
think
and dumb,
manipulation. I think manipulation is crazy too.
but that's what humans have been, you know, using as a weapon throughout civilization. They use it now for advertising, to get money, to make money, to sell products, to sell advertisement, or advertisement, to
But
get
it's not
shows.
ethical. It's not. It's not ethical. It's immoral, but it works. But it's effective, I guess.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Because people
exactly.
could be like, I mean, look at, I guess, Bezos and how he manipulates people with, all his options of cheaper products, speakers, AirPods, belts, clothes, toys. He just has the cheaper option, right? And we all go
Yeah,
there instead of going to the mom and pop or Best Buy or Target or whatever. And it's convenient, right? Because we could do it from our home. The not the take back, but the refund process is easy. I go to Kohl's and drop it off, put that sticker on, drop it off. It's nothing. Like, that's a little bit of manipulation. It makes me not want to go out because it's
yeah,
everything's so easy right here. But that's to my advantage too. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Sometimes it could be bad, but most of the time it's negative, right? I guess.
Right, yeah.
If you're not getting anything out of it to your advantage, obviously.
And
It's,
usually you're not. If you're being manipulated, you're not. But I mean, with a product, that's different. But I'm thinking of people where like people are manipulative and it's not
yeah, we're
cool.
gullible. We're definitely gullible. If we hear something good or too good to be true, we'll probably still go along with it until it bites us in the ass. And some of us know how to jump early, out of the car before it crashes. So it depends on every person. It depends on the individual, right?
Yes. Everything. Yes. A lot of things are case by case.
Yeah.
So I don't
But
know.
most of the time, manipulation sucks. Usually done by a sociopath. They're trying to get something out of you, and you just gotta be hit to the game. I mean, unfortunately, we won't learn until we get older, right? Everything you did in your 20s, your teens, you
Yeah.
won't do in your 20s. Everything you did in your 20s, you won't do in your 30s. Everything you do in your 30s, you probably won't do in your 40s.
Yeah. But manipulators and narcissists, they're so good at what they do. Even if at this age, I mean, you don't really know what you're into until it's too late sometimes, but you really do have to make better choices, pay attention to the red flags, and just know like That seems very familiar. That's what you just
Right.
did. I've felt that before. I've experienced this before, and just really stand in your convictions and know and trust your gut, and know like, hey, I think I'm being manipulated again.
Right.
This is a little too good to be true.
Right.
All this love bombing and I don't know. This happened before. Trust yourself. Trust your experience, and just know that it's some crazies out here.
Yeah, because sociopaths know what to say, right? Pimps know what to say, or I mean, yeah, know what to say. They know the game. They know that they can look in your eyes and see if you're going for it or not. They can say certain words or certain trigger words, and
Yeah.
flash money or flash their eyes or flash their their voice and say certain things and get you
Yeah.
because you're wide open. You're so wide open.
Exactly. And
And
then
you've
that's
never
what,
heard this before.
yeah, and that part. And I think you really need to understand that, like, you're, you don't know who you are, or where you're gonna, you don't know how, like, how am I gonna speak this? Like, you don't know what you're gonna get once they finally get that attention from somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain
Like
this, but
you don't know what the outcome will be once you get there, once you have this person.
yeah. Yeah, you just gotta be careful.
So it's kind of like taking a chance then. I mean, because sometimes it's going to be bad, but it also might be fun. You know what I mean? Like let's say you meet somebody, you guys talk for like 2 weeks over the phone, like never seen them. Maybe you saw them on a dating app or you DM whoever. The person says, "Come to LA. I'm in LA. Come to LA." And you're like, "Dang, I'm not doing nothing that weekend either. Let me go to LA just in case." And then I have maybe this or that to fall back. I'll just get a hotel so they don't work out. You go to LA and with this person you barely know, and you have a good time. Now, if you would have been like, I don't know you, you would have missed that opportunity. The other
Yeah.
part is what happens if something bad happens, like he or she tries to get, be too aggressive or is an asshole. You're already out there. You get a hotel and then you make the most of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you come back home, you're like, okay, it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but at least I was able to go see the Hollywood sign. At least I was able to go to Melrose and go to Wasteland and, or go to, what's that place? Bow or whatever, and eat at an expensive place by myself or something. Or I was able to meet up with Bishop and we hung out. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Bishop in a long time. You know what I mean? So, you kind of, you take advantage of the opportunity. If it doesn't work out your way, then at least make the most out of it. I mean, life's all about chances, especially at a young age. That's the sucky part about it. It's like you meet all these people, friends or potential, love interest. You just gotta roll the dice and take a chance, because you don't expect somebody to be crazy and stalking you in bushes and all. Nobody goes into anything in our dating app or blind date or when we talk to you, nobody expects us to be that way. You just have to take the chance and give us a chance.
Yeah, but just pay attention to past feelings.
Past feelings?
I mean, just so you don't get caught up again.
That's the thing. Like you might be dealing with a narcissist or a sociopath. They have such a good game. They've taken themselves out of their true nature to get what they want. So you'll never know.
Right.
You will never know. You have to take a chance. If you're out there, you want to meet new people. This is the downside of meeting new people.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't even want to meet new people.
Even with
I'm trying to be better.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better. But
even with friends, like
keeps you safe.
Yeah, even people out here, like I met a lot of people out here in LA, and most of them suck. But in the beginning, they didn't suck. But later on, they suck. You know what I'm saying?
What happened? Like, why did they change? But why did they change? I wonder.
Because
they already got what they want from you, and they don't.
They were opportunists. Yes, or I couldn't do anything for them. and then it just
And they
flipped.
saw that and they got over it and they're
Right.
like, oh, I don't need anymore.
Yeah, I got
Another
time.
opportunity.
Yeah, I got friends who actually can do something for me, so I don't have time to hang with you and cultivate this possible friendship. I'm going to hang with people who might be able to put me in a commercial.
Yeah, they take away that effort. That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because
They
I
don't put the
live in the
effort
land of
in.
opportunity, and people want to be stars. So that part of it is hard to meet new people, especially, you know what I mean? If you're not in the industry or you can't give them anything that
Yeah.
has
Opportunists.
something to do with their
Opportunists. Yeah, opportunists.
career. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It's just super scary.
And everybody's nice too. Like everybody's super duper nice, but it's like they just don't have the time to give you to cultivate a relationship because they're trying to do things with other people who might be able to cultivate their career.
Yeah. Well, because they're trying to survive. So that's that part.
Right. And that's not everybody out here. That's just me. I've
Yeah.
also met a lot of cool people, or not a lot, but I've met a few cool people out here too.
Yeah. Yeah. When people are trying to survive, they'll do anything to survive. Anything.
100%.
So I don't know. This really hits close to home in a lot of areas. I feel like all my relationships I've been manipulated. So I know, but it's just, you just got to do better. I just have to do better.
But that's not. But see, that's
in my decisions. Like I feel like I could have avoided a lot of.
Okay, there you go. Taking accountability. There you go.
And that's and that's what I think I was trying to say earlier is like I allowed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I allowed these people to treat me like this because there was something lacking within myself, and we need to tap into our healing. Mm-hmm. Like you need to find out what happened to you or why you allow this. Why?
Yeah. Because some people will let people run over them because they just want friends.
Right. You want friends. You want attention.
I want to be able to go
love.
I want to be able to go to this club with people, not by myself.
Yeah.
Even though those people I might have to pay for the drinks all night.
People,
I might have to drive.
Yeah. Narcissists and those kind of manipulators, they find the vulnerable people. They find people who might have a weakness and then they exploit that. And yeah, people plot and scheme on you. That's all I got to say.
It's so easy to get caught up in the big city, LA, New York, Miami, wherever, in the big cities more because let's say like you're new and I'm 10-year veteran in LA. I know all the spots to go, blah, blah, blah. We don't got a car. Stacy got a car though. Stacy, can you drive? You'd be like, yeah, I got 5 people with me. Yeah,
oh my gosh, that was high school.
You know what I mean? Then we all go in the car, but you.
Hey, I feel like I've been used my whole life for real.
You want to make friends, so you'll be like, cool, I'll drive, and then we go in there, whatever, and hopefully a relationship will start. But down the line, if I show my true, down the line, if I show my true colors, and all I do is keep asking for you, ride, it's up to you to be like, nah, be like.
I've always been that like beneficial friend, like the one that had all the resources in whatever. And
wow,
I know it sucks now that I think about it, but that's just my life. And I think I needed that because I feel like whatever the Lord is going to bless me with, I need to be prepared and I can't be naive to what's out here in the world. And I needed to know like what's out here to wake up because I'm very like happy-go-lucky, carefree person. But you gotta wake up. Like these people aren't just your friends or just trying to be nice or just they need you. They need something from you and they're gonna take it because you're gonna give it because like people who know me, I give so freely. Like just being around, because I'm around people who give freely, and that's just how I am. But people take advantage of that.
That's why I don't get mad at. Yeah, you're a nice person.
I'm a nice person, but this year I heard, the opposite of nice isn't mean. The opposite of nice is authentic. So I got to start being authentic.
And also stern. Put your foot down.
And
here's how it's going to be. And if you don't like it, cool.
Boundaries, all that. Yeah. Because like when I start standing up for myself, that's when I lose friends. But Hey, they weren't friends.
They weren't friends.
Yeah. So, you gotta learn. You got to live and learn.
Everybody over that. What was I gonna say? Damn it.
Yeah, man. Like it's a lot. This world is a lot. You're never prepared for too much without going through it. Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say you're not prepared for too much unless you go through it and experience it. Or if you listen to others, then you don't have to go through it. But life is a lot.
But that's why I say, like, when people like, I don't encourage, but I don't get mad when people do tests during relationships or friendships. Because I could be like, my test could be like, oh, let me borrow, $10. And that could be one test. Another test would be like, hey, hold this $10 for me and give it back to me next week or something. Something stupid, something crazy. Before I'd be like, why are you doing tests on people, like, especially with relationships and stuff? But you really gotta, like, look out for your own yourself, because these people are new in your lives. They don't know they don't know your life story. So and they're not gonna know it in a day. You're gonna that relationship or friendship has to be cultivated through years of conversation and hanging out and stuff. Because when you were talking about what you were going through with your friends and being used all the time, I never really had that, because we were all broke at a young age. So when you're hanging around people who are also broke, we're all looking for rides. We're all calling people. We're all, I remember one time somebody got some money, and that's all he had for a little bit. He still asked me, did I want fries? And I was like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's your last. He's like, no, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a friendship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you down your last dollar and you don't know when you're going to eat, and you still ask your homeboy or anybody else, like, who wants fries? That's your boy. Because when I got money, I was like, okay, what do you want? Because I was like, you want a shirt or some jeans or something? I did the other way. I reciprocated. I got him some clothes. Not that he needed it, but we were in there. It was cheap. I was like, I can afford that. You know what I mean? It's like nothing. That's your boy. So it's different when you guys are in the same circumstance. But now we're all older and stuff. I think it's when you get older, it's harder to make friends, because you're not in that kind of a situation. Hopefully, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are hanging out on the corner and
who's got time for that
all the time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of harder to, I guess, cultivate a friendship at a later age. But it's possible. And
it's possible.
I think also it might be easier because you're done with all the bullshit. You're done with being used. Nobody's like really, really broke. People got kids or not. People are in relationships or not. It's like,
at this point,
you could skip all the bullshit and just be like, yo, my political views, my views on Biden, my views on, sexism and racism, and yada, yada, yada. You cut through the bullshit, and then you realize, I can tolerate this or I can't. And then, what I'm saying, you could be friends in a week.
Yeah. I definitely need people at this age to actually have views and opinions because a lot of people don't, and that's not going to work in my world at all. But so, and even like with friends now, like most of us, it's just like, oh, okay, we're gonna link up, okay, we'll get together, okay, I'll meet you there. It's not like I'm gonna come pick you up sometimes, but most of the time everybody's got their own life, got their own independence, and you don't have to do all that stuff anymore. Like a lot of that stuff is young kid stuff.
I always say, like, if you're in your 30s or 40s, go get coffee with this new person. You know what I'm saying?
See how they move, see how they
move, see what you talk about, like, and then bring up politics, bring up sexism, bring on all the crazy shit, the nasty shit.
Yeah, even what kind of, do they know what they like? Do they know what kind of coffee they like? Do they know what they put in their coffee? Like, I don't know. There's just little things you could look at to kind of see what kind of person you're dealing with if we're just going to a coffee shop, just for conversation reasons.
It's kind of like with me, like when I meet white people, I hate when white people say, oh, I'm white. I'm like, no, bro, you're not white.
Okay, you Irish? You Scottish?
Mesopotamian? Like what? Come
Not
on, man. Like
Mississippi.
let's get deeper, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know black people who be like, yo, I'm Caribbean. All right, I got a little white, you know, and this is before 23andMe and Ancestry, all that shit. They know their background. That's a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Because I think we've always wanted to know more about our background. And now that they have like the Ancestry and 23andMe, it's like, oh, we get a little bit of, an idea of who we are, like Black people, we're still trying to, like, I remember we always want to be identified as something, like, we're just Black. Where are we from? From Africa,
yeah.
So
And
I think we
it
have
doesn't
more
have that we
pride
don't
in
have
it.
it also doesn't have that we don't have like a language like Spanish people and Italians and all. They have their own like language. Like we don't have anything. And don't
Yeah.
say Ebonics, people. We don't have anything.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm a little
So,
sus on the 23 and Ancestry, but I'm not mad at it. I'm just a little sus. I haven't done
right.
mine yet.
Yeah. But there's a lot of work being done in the
I'm gonna
genetic
wait.
genome
I hear it.
scientific
Yep.
industry. So we'll
I'm
see.
gonna wait.
We'll see.
I'm a little wait a little bit
But I
longer.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Like DNA is like a scary thing, but I think they're making great advancements.
Plus, they have your DNA.
Yeah, they've been
Now-
getting it. They've been.
They could create your clone. Your clone is somewhere in the tube, like just floating in the tube. Some Stacy clone.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Well, interesting. Anything else we need to cover on this?
No, just watch out for yourselves. I mean, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at your mistakes. Just learn from them and move on, and make sure you get the court order ready just in case something happens. Everybody eat your vitamins
And your gun.
Eat your Wheaties, get your pepper sprays and your tasers, and learn those Taekwondo moves because these motherfuckers is crazy out here.
You know what? That might be actually kind of fun. Learn like do like Taekwondo or
yeah.
Or just something just for discipline more so than and the fighting part. But I find that very interesting. But
I think everybody should learn martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just think it's another world to tap into. I don't know. There's a lot out here in this world, and we need to tap in to those things. So, well, very cool.
Code, tap, tap.
What did I just say? No, just kidding. No, I don't know Morse code at all. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys later.
Namaste.
I'm gonna go.